right quick. So we gonna talk some boxing. We gonna talk Carissa Shields. We gonna talk Alicia Baumgardner. We gonna talk Richardson Hitchens a little bit. We gonna talk, of course, Haney and Garcia, and probably try to slide some other stuff in, David Benavidez. And I just see that stupid is stupid does. And I see people have taken this thing with David Benavidez and have twisted it around all this stuff about, well, he hasn't done this and he hasn't done that. Like I said, a lot of you people are just dumb and you just shouldn't be talking boxing. But I know where this come from because you guys listen to a lot of these other idiotic boxing channels that just sit up here and say a bunch of malarkey, and then you regurgitate this on somebody else's channel who actually know what they're talking about, who actually understand the sport of boxing, that's trying to learn the sport of boxing from the inside and the outside, and that's trying to relay good boxing knowledge and to you guys, but it's diluted because you listen to these other guys that got 200,000 subscribers, maybe even more, that just say a bunch of ridiculous stuff and asinine stuff with David Benavidez and changing it and making it to something that it wasn't. Okay, I'll get to that later, but let's start with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Okay, so exactly 10, 11 days out, a week and some change. It's Wednesday, so we a week and some change away. Now, all of a sudden, now you hearing this thing about ticket sales and all this kind of stuff. Let me tell you what's going to happen. I promise you, Leonard Ellaby is going to use that, a.k.a. Sir Nose. They're going to try to use that as an excuse to try to justify Tank and not fighting Devin Haney. Well, you know, the ticket sale, like I said, it's just always an excuse. But then at the same time, they'll say Tank can fill up a building. So if Tank can fill up a building, does it matter how many tickets Devin Haney sells? But we all know that they need David. I mean, does it matter? Doesn't matter how many tickets Devin sells. If Tank can fill up a building, no matter who he fights, because according to Leonard Ellaby, he can fight the Easter Bunny and it'll sell out. It's always excuses about money. They was offered X amount of money, turned that down, didn't want that, but he's taking less money, taking far less money to fight Frank Martin. If you think Tank is going to make what he made fighting Ryan Garcia versus fight Frank Martin, then you guys are sadly mistaken. It's not going to make that kind of money, and that's just the honest to God truth. But you're going to get these people that's going to come on here making excuses talking about why Devin Haney doesn't deserve a fight. But, well, what did Frank Martin do to deserve a fight except be a PBC fighter? But the excuses are going to be made depending on what happens, Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but, on 4/20. Because the excuses are already starting to come in. Oh, the fight is not selling and all this kind of stuff. Well, first of all, the fight was selling until Ryan Garcia started saying all this outlandish stuff. To where he was saying he was going to get himself disqualified. He wasn't trying to sell tickets. It came because he was trying to sabotage the fight and hurt the ticket sales. Said he going to bite. He going to bite Devin Haney. He's going to get himself basically disqualified. You were thinking that he may pull out of the fight, but it's safe to say that the fight is going to happen. They had to drop tickets. They had to drop the price of the tickets and this, that, and the third. Just a lot of things didn't happen leading up to this fight. And Ryan Garcia never did this until he fought Devin Haney. He wasn't saying this crazy stuff when he was fighting Tank. So this is why that somebody was, putting something in Ryan Garcia's ears. I have an idea who it is, but I already knew when Ryan Garcia was walking around with Floyd Mayweather. Who Floyd Mayweather just can't seem to stop talking about himself and keep talking about how many records he broke and all this kind of stuff. It's to the point to where it's tired. And this is why Floyd is who he is. He's a attention seeker. And he needs to just kick back and let these youngsters have the sport of boxing. He had his time, just kick back. But he always seems to make everything about him. And like I said, I believe that he played a pivotal role in helping, sabotage this fight, because this fight has been sabotaged and it's been tainted because of the antics by Ryan Garcia, saying all this weird stuff online from who killed Tupac and all this stuff, and stuff about trafficking. And then the funny thing is, this dude keep trying to make reference to Devin Haney and Diddy, which this Diddy thing is just funny. Now you got everybody got some kind of Diddy story now. My thing is, they got all this so-called evidence on Diddy, and this need to be said, because enough is enough. And like I said, it's funny. It's a whole bunch of pictures of Diddy taking, having his white parties taking pictures with white people, but they ain't accused them of getting violated by Diddy. They've only done this to the black celebrities. And this has been did by black people. And this is why, to a certain degree, I just shake my head and discuss with black people, because I don't want to say it, but my people let me down on a regular basis. And I hate to say it, I just want us to show some consistency. That's all I'm saying. I've said this on several occasions. If Diddy is guilty of something, and it's proven that he's actually guilty, unlike Jonathan Majors, unlike Tory Lanez, yeah, he should be behind bars. But all you did heard is accusations. But that's all I'm saying about Ryan Garcia. I mean, if you have an issue with Devin Haney and you making insinuations, which, by the way, you could be sued for that. You could be sued for insinuating stuff and defamation of character. He does know that, right? Because I just think people should start suing people. That's how you did that stuff. So, like I said, we a few, you know what I'm saying? We some days out. We a weekend some change away. I think fight week, you're going to start seeing a lot of people scooping up tickets. And I also think fight night, I think people will buy tickets fight night. But I think this event could have sold out if it wasn't for some of the antics of Ryan Garcia. I just really think the fight would have did very well. I think it would be sold out by now. But you have to ask yourself this question once again, because I see right through Ryan Garcia. I'm going to say this again. Why didn't Ryan Garcia pull this stuff? Why didn't Ryan Garcia start talking all this stuff when he was fighting Tank? I'm just going to say this about the PBC. The PBC is a shady organization. It's just got to be said. You know how they do, they trying to skip you know what I'm saying? They're trying to skip the line. Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford, but yet they trying to get Terrence Crawford a title shot. And then you got these groupie ass Errol Spence fans that think that's cool. Let that have been Bud, and they'll be saying Bud is jumping the line. But all these dudes want to holler about is, Errol Spence sells tickets. Errol Spence is more popular. Errol Spence is not more popular than Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence ain't never been on Good Morning America. Terrence Crawford been on everything. When Terrence Crawford whooped on Errol Spence, he was on major network television. I can tell you right now, Terrence Crawford is far more popular than Errol Spence. And like I say, all these dudes worry about is stuff that don't got nothing to do with skill set and who the best. Now, like I said, I wonder what the excuse gonna be if Jake Paul outsells Errol Spence, if him and Mike Tyson have 80,000-90,000 people at Cowboy Stadium in July. Beat out of you in your last fight. you need to wait like everybody else. But that's the problem with these dudes. They want to make excuses. They want to sit up here and justify this stuff, and they can't really logically explain how is this possible. But because they're fanboys, they'll just sit up there and just say, "Oh well, ha 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 ha." Errol Spence is more popular than Terry Crawford. No, he isn't. It's the fact that the PBC is in bed with some of these sanctioning bodies, and they basically getting favors did for them, and that's all it come down to. I'm sorry if I'm the one that have to break your hearts and just tell the truth that it's politics involved, and you guys are just showing what fanboys and groupies that you are. So, with that being said, I'm going to move on from that, Devin Haney and Brian Garcia, because we all know what's being done. We already know what's been done. And we already know what excuses are going to be put in line to basically, put up another roadblock and possibly somewhere down the line getting Tank versus Devin Haney. But that's going to be the excuse that Leonard Ellaby makes. And then due to the fact that people don't like to ask Leonard Ellaby the tough questions, to say, hey, Leonard, it just come across as an excuse. When is this fight going to happen? People tired of hearing this stuff about, well, it'll happen, but this got to happen, that got to happen. Okay, so if Tank gets past Frank Martin, okay, then what's next? What's next after? Okay, what's the next possible fight? At least with Devin Haney, he has options. Sandor Martin. If Bob Arum is willing to do business, he might could get Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, from what the reports are saying, is about to fight a dude that basically nobody ever heard of, or that nobody isn't checking for. So, you could, and then, Shakur Stevenson, after his next fight, he could possibly entertain the thought of moving up. But you would have to ask Shakur. I know it's a lot of people that don't like Shakur Stevenson, but I don't dislike Shakur Stevenson. He may say some shit that I don't agree with at times, but I don't dislike Shakur Stevenson. And that's just the honest to God truth. So I expect a lot of excuses to be made post Devin Haney, Brian Garcia, because we all know the big one is Devin Haney versus Tank. And we just go probably hear excuse after excuse, because that's all Leonard Ellaby do is make excuses, from ticket sales to pay-per-view and all this stuff. Oh, and by the way, my question is, where are the pay-per-view numbers for PBC on Amazon? When we go find out what they pay-per-view numbers is, since Leonard Ellaby always keep track of what Devin Haney supposed to have did. Oh man, my sources tell me, So when is somebody gonna ask Leonard Ellaby how many pay-per-views did the PBC debut on Amazon Prime do? Where's the numbers at? It's been almost 2 weeks. Oh, I know. Amazon don't have to reveal their numbers. That's what the PBC apologist gonna say. Promise you that. All right, so let's get to Alicia Baumgardner and Carissa Shields. I had a blast just watching the back and forth, the jaw japping between Alicia Baumgardner and Carissa Shields. But then I thought about it, and then reality sank in about a possible fight, and I was thinking to myself, they are just so far in between and wait. Like, how could this possibly even happen? Baumgardner says she's not going going no higher than 147. Carissa Shields says she's not going no lower than 154. And if you see them head up, you can clearly see that it's a size difference, very noticeable size difference in Carissa Shields and Baumgardner. So how would it be feasible? Like, it sounds good, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Because they have weight classes for a reason. I don't think it would be fair to ask Alicia Baumgardner to go up almost pretty much. I mean, if she had to go to 154, you're talking about her basically going up 25 pounds? Almost 25 pounds to fight Carissa Shields. And then Carissa Shields is, I think, when it's high is 168. So Carissa Shields is not going to give up 20 pounds to fight Alicia Baumgardner. You would have to put, I'm talking about for her probably to even consider doing it, you would have to offer Carissa Shields, like, I'm talking about monumental money to even get her to consider it. And I'm just looking at it from both perspectives. It just would be difficult to ask either one of them to give up that kind of weight, to give up or gain that type of weight for a fight. So I just don't think the fight is going to happen. Now, it was entertaining seeing them going back and forth, and Carissa Shields with her comments about that her butt is bigger than Alicia Baumgardner, but we have to be realistic. The fight is not going to happen. The fight is not going to happen. It's just not realistic. If we sitting up here worried about Terrence Crawford jumping up 3 or 4 weight classes to fight Canelo, then we definitely should have to be worried about asking Baumgardner to go up, like, and let's just say Carissa Shields refused to budge on the 154. Alicia Baumgardner fights at around 130. So you asking her to, she not gonna look the same. She gonna come into that fight with a pot belly and all this. I mean, she's just not going to look right. And then, even if the fight was to happen, no matter who wins, it's gonna be question marks surrounding the fight. Because if Carissa Shields, let's just say she goes down to 147, well, she already said she isn't going down to 147. She's gonna say, well, hell, I got weight drained. And I don't think Carissa Shields has ever fought at 147. I don't think she's ever fought at welterweight. I think she came out the gate fighting at 154. So she's got to say, well, I was weight drained. And then guess what? Her fan base is going to say, oh, well, she shouldn't have had to lose that much weight and come down. So why even bother? And that's just the honest to God truth. So I'm just telling y'all, I just don't think the fight is going to happen. I just don't think it's feasible. Because keep in mind, a couple of years ago when I interviewed Micaiah Mayer, and she fought Alicia Baumgardner in a very competitive fight, when I asked Micaiah Mayer about going up in weight, she just said that Carissa Shields is her friend, and she said Carissa Shields is just too big. Said she was just too big for her. So you have to kind of like think about that. If Micaiah Mayer, a person that fought Alicia Baumgardner, said that Carissa Shields is too big for her, so then you have to think and let reality sink in and be like, well, damn, she's too big for Alicia Baumgardner. So in all likelihood, the fight is not gonna happen, and we just gotta keep it a buck. All right, so let me move on to the thing with David Benavidez. All right, so David Benavidez did an interview with Chris Mannix, and like I said, I'm not getting on Chris Mannix, but I will say this much: maybe Chris Mannix should have just said, you know what, I'm gonna leave David Benavidez alone. I'm not even gonna try to interview him. And people have just taken something and ran with it and added extra stuff to it. Now, he was intoxicated because his words were slurring, and then people took the intoxicated from him having some beers and some drinks to that he was off the booger sugar and all that stuff. Okay, what proof do you have? And you just got people coming in my comment section just saying that like y'all drug experts, like y'all drug diversion expert, like y'all counselor. You just making up stuff. And then you get the same typical, same old, oh, well, who is David Benavidez's fault to deserve a fight with Canelo? Y'all sound stupid. You sound really dumb. Have you seen some of the dudes Canelo fought? What did Charlo do to? What did Jamel Charlo do to get a fight with Canelo? What did he do? That dude wasn't the 168 guy. That guy was fighting at 154. So what did he do to get a shot with Canelo? Except be easy pickings and be a cherry pick. So you sound stupid. The whole notion of y'all even asking that question, you sound dumb, and you already showing me that you don't know nothing about boxing. What did John Ryder do? Who did John Ryder beat to be in contention to get a shot at Canelo? Stop the cap, please. But yeah, this is the new movement that they pushing towards David Benavidez. You have no proof. You just making up something. You just taking something and running with it. I don't understand why people don't want to see this fight happen. Who is David Benavidez's fault to get a fight with Canelo? Like man, like y'all work for Canelo. Like you work for the sanctioning bodies and stuff. Like you work like you sound stupid when you say that stuff. That don't even make no kind of sense. Oh, well, what David Benavidez need to do, well, he going up to 175 anyway because he couldn't get a fight with Canelo. Canelo asked for pretty much $200 million to fight David Benavidez. He know that type of money ain't out there for him. He know he ain't gonna get that type of money. So he pretty much admitted that he don't want to fight. That's it, that's all. He doesn't want to fight David Benavidez for whatever reason. But when you have these idiot fanboys and these stands coming on here, coming on boxing channels, saying stupid stuff, typing stupid stuff that they can't logically break down or explain, that makes the situation even worse because they come across as groupies and being clueless. I'm talking about being like straight up Alicia Silverstone clueless. Alicia, like for real, Stacey Dash clueless. And you just like, what did this guy just say? Oh yeah, Chris Lopez, that's my guy. He need to do more interviews too. People need to start hollering at him though. But I mean, if you in the Bay Area, you can go to the Lightning Gym. It's off of Seminary and MacArthur. It's in the hood though. But yeah, shout out to Coach Chris. That's my guy. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'll be ready for tomorrow. Oh, by the way, you guys, I'll be making an appearance on Torian Rain's show. We'll talk about a bunch of different stuff. So I'll probably be on his channel tomorrow, maybe maybe 9 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So y'all stay tuned for that. But anyway, yes, I was saying, man, people are just taking something with David Benavidez and running with it. It's just like after a while when you do this, it's nerve-wracking when you have to have discussions with stupid people. It's like really nerve-wracking. It's just like this person don't even know what the hell they talking about. But you look at the comment section, you just be like, what? What is this dude talking about? Oh, David Benavidez was off the booger shit. No, he wasn't. No, he was not. And then when he did an interview with my correspondent, he was sober. And here's the thing what I don't understand. So what, he had a couple of drinks. And then, like I said, you have these, once again, you have these content creators, and then you have a bunch of boxing blogs writing misinformed, like articles about David Benavidez, narrative pushing. What I don't understand is these arenas, I'm going to say this once again, they serve alcohol. David Benavidez is 26 years old. He is allowed to drink. I don't know where people get this notion that these dudes are supposed to act like choir boys. So the man can't have a damn drink? It happens. He's human. I think people blow stuff out of proportion with human error and people trying to be normal and stuff. Like I said before, it wasn't like David Benavidez was doing an interview and he was behind the wheel of a car. Then that would be problematic. That would be a different story. But he's sitting down and he appears to have had something to drink. So what? They serve alcohol at sporting events. They've been doing it pretty much forever. Now all of a sudden, David Benavidez have a few drinks. It's like the worst thing. It's the worst thing that people ever saw. Like you guys are part of the purity police. No telling what you doing behind closed doors. But you got something to say about David Benavidez. Please stop the cap. Please stop it. You just sound ridiculous, and it just gets on my damn nerve. The man had a few beers or he had a drink, so damn what? He's human. He's allowed to drink. He doesn't have a DUI. Hasn't been arrested for a DUI. You know what I'm saying? Chris Mannix shouldn't have went over there trying to do an interview with him. Because like I said before, this is the difference between me and a lot of other media people. I've ran across athletes that have been intoxicated and I'll just leave them alone. But my thing is, how come y'all don't have this same energy for the other dude? How many times did you see, another person that we all know who was doing interviews and he appeared and had something to drink? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying a lot of people on here just clowns and stuff, and they just be with clown stuff, and it's just very nerve-wracking to even try to deal with some of y'all and just listen to y'all because it's just very irritating. I'm going to say this again. David Benavidez did not violate any laws. He didn't do anything wrong. Like I said before, he was at a sporting event. They serve alcohol. So can we please stop it, pushing these fake narratives and this character assassination because you trying to protect him from Canelo? You trying to use that as an excuse? What does him being, you know what I'm saying, intoxicated have to do with him fighting Canelo? Oh, he doesn't deserve a fight with Canelo because he was intoxicated. Like what? You like what? You the police now? You the police now? Like, just shut up, man. Y'all just embarrassing y'allself. Y'all just embarrassing y'allself, and y'all just sound really remedial. Hold on, you guys. I'm parking. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, I just had to put that out there because, like I said, I didn't had enough of y'all. I just didn't had enough of y'all with this foolishness. Please stop coming on my channel talking this stupid stuff because it's just irritating and you getting on my damn nerve. Oh yeah, and I want y'all to check out what Coach Lopez had to say about Hitchens and the Lemus fight. He gave an assessment of why he thought Hitchens won the fight, and I listened to him, and it made sense. Like I said before, I didn't think it was the worst decision that I ever saw. I had it a draw, or maybe Lemus gave him the edge, maybe by, like I said, maybe 7-5 or a draw, because there were some rounds that were close that could have went either way. But I think he should fight him again. As far as Hitchens go, Hitchens need to do some things. He need to work on fighting on the inside a little bit better. It's just a lot of things he need to work on. But I don't think that he's done. I don't think he got exposed. I just think there's some things that he can work on that will suit him better in upcoming fights. I mean, he got cracked a couple of times. I give him credit. He took the shots. He didn't go down, but there's some things that he can improve on. But anyway, it's your boy Tam. I'm out.